writing video, day 1 skills and knowledge, video 5 for punctuation. And so this video is going to talk about punctuation. These are the road signs to a reader to indicate where they should pause, stop, or even ask a question. So our first one is the period. Right, so if you look right here, you can see this is a period. It comes at the end of a complete sentence or statement. And no particular emotion is imparted when you see a period. It just means you're saying a statement. Our next punctuation mark is a question mark. So a question mark is a sentence that asks a question. It can also be used to indicate uncertainty. So if you're unsure, you can be like, really? Like, you don't know. You use a question mark at the end when your voice is raised. It goes higher. That means you're uncertain or not sure. So you ask a question, or if you're unsure, uncertain, you use a question mark. Exclamation point. This ends a sentence to display a strong emotion or excitement. So up here at the top, we have an exclamation point. You can also use these to indicate a warning, like, hey, watch out. So you could be like, yay, I'm excited, let's party. All of those would end with an exclamation point at the end, right here. A comma. These indicate a pause, not a complete stop. They also indicate words in a list. So if you have a list in your sentence, you would have a comma after them. So we're pausing. It's not a period, like a complete stop of a period, but it's a comma. Okay, so we're pausing. I always tell my readers to take a short breath, like short breath. Okay. Our quotation marks, these are going to be at the top. Okay. They denote words spoken by someone else. They can also be used around titles of short poems, songs, etc. So if you see these quotation marks at the top, those mean that they're quoting someone's spoken words, or they can also be used around short titles. Apostrophe. So sometimes when we talked about this before, I used the word floating comma because it looks similar to a comma, but it's at the top of the word. It makes a word possessive, all right? Like, for example, Amanda's coffee. This coffee belongs to me. This is Amanda's coffee. It can also take the place of omitted letters in a contraction. Remember our contraction, it is. When we put it together, it becomes its, I-T apostrophe S. So it's that floating comma. It's at the top of the word. A colon. This is 2 dots together. Okay, 2 dots together. It can introduce a list, an example, or a quotation. It should be used sparingly, which means you should not use this a lot. Okay, so notice it's 2 dots together. You can put it right before your list. Remember, you use those commas in your list. So I'm going shopping later and I need to buy, colon, bananas, comma, oranges, comma. Okay, so that's how you would use a colon. Semicolon. This is used to join 2 independent clauses without a comma and a conjunction. So this is your comma, and this but here is your conjunction. Instead of using this, I can use a semicolon. So that's kind of like your comma with the period or the dot on top of it. That is called a semicolon, and it can take the place of your comma conjunction. So I can take two sentences and combine them together using a semicolon. I drink a lot of coffee, semicolon. I also go to the bathroom a lot, period. All right? I could do instead, I drink a lot of coffee, comma, and I go to the bathroom a lot. Ellipses. This is three dots together. It indicates that a word or words are being omitted from a quoted source. It can also show that a thought is trailing off. So when you have the quoted text, if you remove a word from that quoted text, you can use the ellipses to say, I'm taking some words out. You can also say, what I'm thinking is trailing off here. I will tell you that when I'm texting, I use ellipses a lot. I think a lot of people who are millennials use the ellipses a lot to say, I'm thinking, or what I'm thinking is kind of trailing off. I don't know what to say. We use ellipses a lot as millennials. Parentheses. Parentheses. We learned these in math. They're back in writing. They add information to a sentence without being a big interruption. So think of these as more like, oh, by the way, kind of thoughts, all right? So it's like adding a little bit more extra information in the sentence. Notice this quote has a comma behind it. Hyphens. So these are a shorter version of the dash. They're used to join words together to make compound words. They're also used in ages, between some numbers, and after certain prefixes. So we see these all the time in our numbers. So like 21, we do 20-1. X-ray, when you go get your X-ray done, we do X-ray. That's that prefix that we use. And then when you give a phone number, 555-435-, that is when we usually use hyphens. A dash. So sometimes you'll hear this called an M dash, E-M, M dash. So they're longer. It's like two hyphens put together. They show a connection between two things. They can also indicate a span of numbers, and they replace some punctuation for emphasis. So they can replace commas if you use commas, like comma and then add some information in comma. You could use dashes. I will say that now using dashes or the M dash is an indicator of AI. So it's encouraged that you no longer use dashes. I know that I came across that when I was writing my last big research paper. So we're really encouraging to no longer use M dashes, as it seems like AI is the only one who knows how to use M dashes or dashes. For my students, I want you to go to the Aztec using language foundations, Aztec foundations. We're going to do lesson, capitalization, spelling, and punctuation. I want you to do both using commas and then editing for punctuation and mechanics. So thank you very much, and I appreciate you guys.